Good morning. I find myself in my sauna again, having just woken up after my last sleep pattern nap. My mental health is putting a lot of energy into antagonising my sleep at the moment, and I'm not kicking up too much of a fuss about it because I'm not putting in the effort enough to in the first place with my sleep, because I'm just beaten with everything. So I'm being patient and holding my breath with it, but it's really putting in a lot of effort there, trying to antagonise me. And came away, jumped in the sauna, and I can feel myself like holding my breath to life, you know. When it gets me, when I wake up, it's like if I don't react and I try and get on with things, it's like I can feel myself doing this sort of thing, you know, just holding my head, holding my breath, and waiting for it to go away. And if it doesn't go away, whatever emotions should have been expressed as a result of result of its antagonism in the first place is like turns into an emotional hand grenade, in the sense that I've got all that emotion to begin with, and I'm holding my breath, hoping that things will ease. Holding my breath like this tends to just make that initial emotion even worse. So something came to mind of what I could share with you, and I thought I'd jump into a video. So I'll start the story with my dad. My dad passed away about a year and a bit ago now. And I didn't mind. There was a lot of mixed up feelings at the time, but ultimately I didn't mind that he died. It's a very cold thing to say, but the way I think things happened was, as I said, my dad and my uncle are responsible for my mental health, and he created such a situation for me within my mental health whereby I still had to interact with him. I couldn't just run away and leave him alone and be pissed off with him and get on with my life. Managed to rope services in such a way that he hired private detectives in the past to track me down when I did attempt to leave him. And he made it very clear to me the level of control he was able to have over me by means of creating more problems for me from mental health services. In the long run, that I became aware that it was just better to keep a relationship with him at a distance and give him the bare minimum time and energy I could give. And that's what I did for about, I don't remember the time period, was it 2 years, 3 years? I really don't know. And it created a weird situation whereby I was able not to deny the love I had for the man, at the same time be absolutely glad in his death. Now, I say it now and it sounds very, very strange, but that was the situation. And I know there'll be a day when my mental health eases and I'll be able to look at my dad again and I might cry for him, ever so briefly. But I'm realising, looking at the current situation, I've got a lot of in a way to the rest of humanity, or at least to the residents of the United Kingdom, because that's my interaction with humanity. So I look at my dad and I see him very, very aware of guiding feelings and the interaction and relationship I had with him in the final years at the very least, so that when he passed away I wouldn't be left with the desolation of having my father pass away, someone that I would otherwise love. So he created a situation where created conflict towards him so I could deal with it in a different way, because I know my mum passed away 10 years ago and I've not dealt with it for the first 3-4 years. I knew that I couldn't comprehend it. I knew if I was to acknowledge it on the level, I wouldn't be able to cope with life. My dad, being the clever bastard he was, created a situation whereby he could just slip away. This goes very much back to Carlos Castaneda again, about how men and women approach life. The woman doesn't have attachments, and she can just slip away, whereas the man has to constantly work with the attachments he has and clean, so to speak. Clean the karma. It's just an observation, but in my mind, taking into account all my spiritual understandings, I think it's happening again. This is the honest truth of what's playing over in my mind, because things are so bad. The only way this can really be explained is through more death. I'm really starting to think that all the information, all the spiritual information that I've had to say that we can expect rising waters and floods, maybe another Noah's Ark kind of situation without it being so dramatic. Waters are going to rise, countries will disappear, but land will still remain in certain places. This is my understanding of that direct communication with through workshops of Mayans who came to the UK, modern day Mayans who came to the UK, in Glastonbury tour, standing there and quite forthright in his statement, said, I can foresee the day when this land will be covered in water again. And this has stayed with me. I can't remember what other bits of information have gone towards that for me to believe the same thing will help emphasize that as a possibility. That's what I was trying to say. And I'm looking at the situation and I'm thinking, my mental health is just that bad, and the feelings that I'm having are towards society as a whole. But it really could be I'm being beaten like my dad did. So that when the floods come and I'm prepared and I find myself in another country, safe and dry and alive, it will be able to allow me to come to some sort of peace with the fact that a lot of people won't be in another country and won't be safe and dry. That's about the only thing, if I really stretch my imagination, that I can put myself sitting here through another video when my voice is pissing me off that much, to make a statement of what my current experience of life could be justified against. As I said, I wouldn't live this life for a single soul. Right, so a lot of you are thinking this boy is off his rocker. Doesn't matter. My voice is really pissing me off. My voice, the way it's sounding, I'm gonna give it some energy and put it down, because I believe an external consciousness is tapping into it. And if I can offend that external consciousness, it's the only way I'm going to take that opportunity. I hate the way my voice sounds. It's so fucking whiny at the moment. It's like it's sucking the life force out of life. So, I can feel my voice just eased. Might have pissed someone off, hopefully. Those ideas of spirituality and the UK as a country going for a swim, so to speak, have been with me for many years before I had any mental health concerns. And this is just me taking my current situation of it being a living hell and trying to come up with a possible idea for how things can be so bad. And that's what I've come to. I told you my mental health is merging my schizophrenia, and it creates an autopilot, the most likely plausible scenario given everything I believe towards reality. And that's okay, because I can state this as an idea, as a possibility, and leave it at that. And I thought I'd share my idea and this possibility with all of you, so I don't make my life any worse with the emotions I've got built inside of me. What do you all think? Is that really what's happening? If you had a choice to pick yourself and pick your families up and go to safety on spiritual ideas, would you? An ideas handed to me by a Mayan lineage, and all the wisdom that might have been held by my voice, man, this sounds so fucking whiny. And all the wisdom that the Mayans had. They were able to design buildings thousands and thousands of years ago that can precisely take the light transmitted by the sun and who knows for the reasoning, but on their pyramids create optical illusions with the light of the sun to create a three-dimensional representation and image. And one of their pyramids, Chichen Itza, which isn't the name of the pyramid anyway, someone my fucking voice, some Westerner gave a sacred site a modern day name. I'm not going to hide it, I sound like a fucking idiot. And on one of the four corners of that building, I think it's the solstice, one of the solstices or the equinox, the sun hits it at a perfect angle. I'm sure most of you know this anyway, it hits it at a perfect angle. And at the base, I believe they've got a snake head carved into stone. And the shape the sun makes when it hits the corner is like a body of a snake moving through sand all the way up the pyramid, and it comes alive. I don't know what modern day scientists and mathematicians could create such a building, to create such an optical illusion using math and mind to put it into matter. I put that out there because if you're honest with yourself, it takes an advanced race to be able to do that. And this is however many thousands of years ago. And I want to reach that part in your mind that's happy to suppress that information as I don't know how you suppress it. But if we're honest, this takes an advanced civilization. I think my voice and all this whininess and mucus I've got stuck up in my throat is from the mould and fungus on the washing up that I did last night. And it's created this in my throat. Anyway, I'm trying to reach that place in your minds where you can look at the facts of what an advanced civilization is, because we're not advanced, man. We've got wars, we've got a worldwide virus, and we can't agree on how best to act with all the science and technology out there. We've got Mr. Trump wearing a face mask for the first time. God knows what his advisors are suggesting towards him. We're happy to leave fellow human beings suffering in camps, and all they're doing is searching for a better life. And we could go on and on. We're not an advanced civilization because we have some technology we didn't have 5,000 years ago, but we have to rip our very home to bits. We have to deplete the earth of its natural resources to create. We're not advanced because we're not in harmony with our home, with the planet. What is the point of any technology if you're not gonna have the same quality of life to experience it? The Mayans were an advanced race thousands of years ago, and they've been picked to bits over that time by different invading powers. And they still have the ability to send a teacher, that was his role, to the UK to give a workshop, and to still hold the same information that floods are coming. These are just the facts that are going through my mind. Happens that somewhere over thousands of years of people invading, they went mad, and they start creating stories of coming waters. I don't know, I'll leave it up to you to create your own story or fill in the gaps there, like I'm doing with my voice. Anyway, I appreciate the way our sound has made this video all the more depressing. It wasn't meant to be that. Anyway. Oh, and just to state, if I had a choice, I'd rather drop dead than turn up on dry land somewhere and find out I've been granted life after going through hell, to know everyone I knew had drowned. But hey, we've still got another year, so depending on how much you beat me in that time, I might change my mind.